And the woman that created the framework and wrote the book Self-Care Matters is my friend and also self-care mentor. I first heard of the term self-care from her in 2010. And then I started the practice of strategic self-care for myself in 2017. And anything, if you're working on transformation, healing of any kind, and self mastery of any kind, I highly suggest uh, getting the book Self Care Matters by Anana Harris Paris and creating your own strategic self care plan by working with a certified strategic self care ambassador. I am one of her certified strategic self care ambassadors, so I can help you create your own strategic self care plan that you can apply to every area of self care, which there are 6 areas of self care. I'm working on 4 areas for the next 90 days. I'm focused in on those. And basically, self care, strategic self care means to address a critical need. And so I'm working on my spiritual, emotional self care, which is what this video is, and my physical self care, my educational self care, and my emotional self care. Now, I could be doing much better on my educational self care, um, but that's not what this video is about. My spiritual and emotional self care. I received an inconspicuous benefit today, and I'm a Nichiren Buddhist, so I chant Nam Yo-ho Renge Kyo, and I share the same spiritual practice as the goddess Tina Turner, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, uh, who else? A lot more other people that are Buddhists that chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And it's been a very powerful thing for me to practice Nichiren Buddhism. It has helped me so much with anger, with courage, with getting out of my own way, with seeing all of my shit. It is like a mirror. Okay. So anyway, I was reading this morning in our publication. It's called The World Tribune. It's like our weekly newspaper to keep us encouraged, to keep us abreast of what's going on in the organization, with our spiritual practice in the world, how we can overcome. And I was reading an experience by an older white man. He was talking about how his grandfather was uh, alcoholic when he was 14 years old. The grandfather came to him and told him, the reason why you see me stumbling around and acting crazy sometimes is because I'm alcoholic. And the man went and checked himself into it well. And so this was a memory for this young man. And also, he struggled throughout his teens with addiction. But what got me was when I almost finished the article, his wife name is the same name as my grandmother. My grandmother's name was Evelyn, and she was the one who introduced me to Tina Turner. And Tina Turner is who introduced me to Buddhism. Now, this story gets even more in Yoho. Yoho means mystical because when I was a little girl, I remember my grandmother had a visceral emotional response to seeing Tina Turner make her comeback on TV. And the TV show was called Solid Gold. Dionne Warwick was the um, host at the time. And Tina Turner made her comeback. We were in my grandmother's den. I see it like it was yesterday. I was 8 years old, and my grandmother was hollering and whooping and dancing. And I was like, Mama Evelyn, who is that lady? Who is that? And she was like, that's Tina Turner. Long story short, I got to know Tina Turner. She released the book in 1986. And at the time, we didn't have cell phones. So books were our thing. And I'm an avid reader. And I always wanted to be a singer, dancer. And when I saw Tina Turner, that informed my training even more because she was a Black woman and she looked like me. And so, anyway, she is a Sagittarius. She was a Sagittarius. Tina Turner is from Tennessee. I'm from Tennessee. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. So we have all of these similarities. And so that is what drew me to Buddhism, which is a part of my spiritual and emotional self care. So in this article, the man talks about his wife, Evelyn, and how when she came to him about him spending time and doing a lot in the organization, she was feeling neglected or whatnot. But he used the practice. They started chanting together, and it helped their marriage. And so when I saw that the woman's name was Eva, because I needed some encouragement today, that that pelvic floor therapy session, the therapist told me, she said, now you may feel icky or you may feel some emotions coming. And this morning, that when I read that article, that triggered some emotion for me. Um, and also, it also made me grateful because my grandmother, even though she was Christian, she led me to becoming a Nichiren Buddhist. And so this brings me to another point. There's a woman online, Facebook, and she's like a business coach, but Christianity is her thing. That is her thing. She's a strong Christian woman. And that is what she believes in. She was posting an opposing view about the monks taking the walks through or taking the walk to DC. I'm a Buddhist. I'm a Buddhist. And we don't believe in not existing or having dialogue with people who we may share different views from, who we may not agree with, who we may not even believe in what it is that they're doing or practicing. Okay. However, we are taught compassion. And those monks' presence is much bigger than a freaking religion. It is a sign. It is a sign that we must go in. We must slow the fuck down. I know some of you all think that you got to rush and do all these things and be all these be on all these apps and use all this technology. And a lot of this shit is dumbing down your spirit. I don't give a fuck how much money you try to make. Slowing down and going in and being in nature is always what we're supposed to do when the world around us is crumbling down. Our hormones in our bodies and these conditions that we are diagnosed with are a direct result of genetics, but also our environment. So this is why I practice strategic self-care. I do everything with intention, and I'm grateful for my practice because it makes sure to keep me in check when I'm not in intention and integrity with the universe. So anyway, that is the spiritual and emotional self-care that I'm doing today. I am embodying gratitude today. I am cleaning my house today. And I am going into 2026 with a plan. And I'm so grateful for my business coach, Jana Butler. I got to shout her out because I found her when I was in my recovery last summer. And I released all those fibroids. I had done the wellness work. So now it was time for me to get my nervous system, all the way aligned with what it is that I'm, called here to do with my identity. And she helped me get my shit together. So thank you, Coach Jay. And with that, I'm going to end this live right now because I need to go wash my clothes. All right, y'all. Day 27, highly focused 90 days of strategic self-care. Madam CJ signing out. Oh yeah, join the Smell Yourself Revolution at divineclementinebb.com. That'll be in the caption. All right, y'all. Happy 2026.